Hello again. It will be recalled that the present government was elected after having promised to put an end to the small boats crossing the Channel, and also saying quite specifically that they would, once in power, stop the use of hotels to house asylum seekers. Well, the number of people crossing the Channel is rising, so they've not kept that promise. And now more and more hotels are being commandeered by Serco, which works for the government, so that they can be used to house asylum seekers. The latest such hotel is the Cresta Court Hotel in Altrincham, a pleasant market town 8 miles from Manchester. Local people only learned of this development when bookings at the hotel, including wedding receptions, were suddenly cancelled, with staff saying that the place was to be closed to the public and used instead to house hundreds of asylum seekers. This was precisely what Labour said would not be happening if they were returned to power, of course. But a few of us took them at their word. Many people in Altrincham, though, were apparently dismayed to find that the local hotel was to be closed, and many young foreign men brought into the town without any consultation. Public meeting was held to allay their anxieties, but did not, alas, go exactly according to plan. Indeed, that is, putting the case mildly, it made things 10 times worse. Most of us know how hard it can be actually to get to see a doctor these days. It involves ringing surgery at 8 in the morning, usually, and then waiting for half an hour to get through, only to be offered an appointment by telephone. Somebody at the meeting expressed a fear that having hundreds more people suddenly brought to the area would put even more pressure on local GPs, especially since most of the men coming there did not have a good command of English. Don't worry about that, they were told, because the 300 asylum seekers would be provided with private medical care, so it wouldn't affect the other residents of the district. If anybody thought that this information would calm the meeting down, then they were mistaken. Here are people who have to cope with the pitiful state of the National Health Service and the almost impossible task of finding NHS dentists and so on. Many of them were elderly. They paid taxes and national insurance for decades, and they were told that hundreds of young men who had contributed nothing at all to the country were to be given private doctors to tend to their needs. The manifest unfairness of this caused an eruption of anger. In the description to this video is a link which you can click on to see a video of the meeting itself. I need hardly add that this whole business is absolutely shocking. All those at this hotel are fit and healthy young men. There are no old people, women or children among them. Nobody vulnerable. These are chancers who have turned up here, entering the country illegally because they think that they will have a better standard of living in Britain than they would in their own country. And while we have to struggle to get to see a doctor or dentist, they are to be provided with private medical care, paid for from our taxes. This is so outrageous that it's hard to know where to begin. Like most viewers, I've paid taxes and national insurance for, well, certainly over 50 years, and I'm still paying a fortune in taxes, but it doesn't get me a doctor's appointment when I want it. But the taxes which I have paid, and am still paying, are now to be used to pay for private doctors for a bunch of young foreigners. You really couldn't make it up.